Good morning, my friends, and welcome to Sunday morning and this special time together. Yes. Well, if you don't know, we are locked out of our facility, have been since March the 12th. And we've been doing a Wednesday and Sunday, and I'm very pleased. Katrina just told me that we're getting hundreds of hits for this twice a week video we're doing. I do want to thank you for tuning this into your Sunday experience or whatever day of the week. The wonderful thing about videos, you can watch it any day of the week you want to. Found a wonderful definition of what we're going to be talking about this morning from one of the best teachers we've ever had in New Thought. He is the wonderful Dr. Bill Little. Reverend Dr. Bill Little down in Monterey. What a great, great metaphysical teacher he is. And if you're ever in the Monterey area, you must go hear Dr. Little. He also has I think it's a weekly video. I'll get more information and give it to you in the next thing. But a wonderful Sunday program that he does also. We were going to do ours from the lectern at our center, and but they locked us out of the building. So you get me in my home office with my fan. Now, here's the quote. It's by Dr. Bill Little. When we discover a higher sense of self, the laws of the subconscious immediately set to work to verify this in experience. It's almost another way of saying, watch what you treat for, because you will get it. When we discover a higher sense of self, when we discover that higher sense of self, as Dr. Little is pointing out, what happens to you? If you discover it in its true nature, you will discover it is you. And so what you have to do is stop thinking from what you knew to discovering how to think from what you know. Don't try to look at what you think you know through what you knew. See what you knew through what you know. That's the old idea. The more I know, there's more to know. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Listen to these words. This is beautiful. He said, "I am fully convinced that the soul is indestructible and that its activities will continue through eternity. It is like the sun, which to our eyes seems to set in night, but has really gone to diffuse its light elsewhere." Where I am is my opportunity to give the best of what's in front of me. Dr. Holmes said at one time, I'd rather have a little taffy here than a whole lot of epitaphy later. Now, let's look at what I think Dr. Little is talking about, what Goethe is talking about, and that is the waking up to spiritual self-esteem. If we're going to wake up to spiritual self-esteem, what we need to do is pull ourselves out of ego-centered esteem. A lot of people who have that have to put everything around them down, people, places, things, in order to feel better about themselves. Spiritual self-esteem, Jesus talked about it. You can see it where it is said that he said, if I be lifted up, everything around me will be lifted up. Well, whether he said it or not is true. we find ourselves over and over again understanding that every day is our opportunity, an opportunity to do what? To celebrate the world and to honor it in such a way that our spiritual self-esteem truly becomes mystic mind in action. It is not enough to know the truth of our being. We must do what? We must turn our knowing into wisdom by doing what? By doing something positive and constructive with what we say we know. You see, when we do something positive, what we say we know, we are allowing ourselves to move forward in such a way that, as Dr. Craig Carter, my teacher and dear friend, used to say, inspiration is wonderful, but you can starve to death while being inspired. Inspiration is wonderful, but you can starve to death while being inspired. That's true. There's an old metaphysical story I love to tell. It is the story of the professor who goes to India and he sees this man in meditation in a lotus position. And the next day he's there, the next day he's there, and after about 5 or 6 days he can't stand it, so he goes down and he approaches the man in the lotus position. I've been here 5 days, I've seen you every day, you're here all day. Tell me what you're doing and what you're doing and why. And the man in the lotus position there looked up and said, in my religion we believe we live many lives. I have decided to sit this one out. Anyhow, how many do you know that are sitting this one out? How many do you know they're sitting this out through complaining and misery and all the reasons why they have to be unhappy? Well, when you know what and who you are, you can move through anything and be unmoved by it. Thank you, Ernest Holmes. You see, when we uncover this treasure that's within us, this beautiful treasure within us, all of a sudden we begin to realize we can use it in a positive way. And we can be spiritually brilliant. That we can use our brilliance to spiritualize our intellect. We can use our brilliance to become the heart of a hero. Spiritual self-esteem. Go back to Gibran. God is not in my heart, I am in the heart of God. Spiritual self-esteem is the effect of real self-discovery. Beloved, now are we the sons of God. That's 1 John 3:2. Beloved, now are we the sons of God. Now, right now, we are right now. We are right now what we always have been. We don't have to do anything to get there. All we have to do is wake up and realize what we are. One of the kids in our youth group at one time saw Top Gun. He says, I want to do that. He's now an astronaut. He contemplated something greater than where he was, knew it was good enough to be true, and gave himself permission to do what he needed to do and give what he needed to give, to receive what he needed to receive, to become what he has become. Now, that's true of everybody. Why? As Emerson said, you are what you think about all day long. You see, whatever we see and understand, think about this. When you see anything in a clear way, you cannot go back and accept a vague explanation of it. It is only through clear understanding and thinking that we can know ourselves as spiritual self-esteem in action. And only through conscious self-awareness, conscious embodiment, and embodying a higher idea of ourself, can we function from love through love to love, that we can function from love through law to positive success, love through law to health, to happiness, to anything else we desire. All my dreams are waiting for me to come true. This is true of me and you and everybody. Even though in the past we have expressed an idea about ourselves as insignificant or secondary, we are all at this moment significant in the mind of God. You are significant in the mind of God. By accepting the idea of spiritual self-esteem as love in action and letting it be the foundation of your life, and by living and celebrating all your activities from this realization, everything unlike and contrary to love and health and happiness is automatically removed from experience. Everyone is an individual idea, an individualized idea in the mind of God. That includes you. Let it be your way. And now, my friends, time to pass the metaphysical basket and remind you that your love offering is loved and accepted and honored, and we really appreciate. We don't have a congregation to pass the physical baskets, so by way of these videos, we're passing the metaphysical baskets and remind you we do have expenses and overhead to meet, and we would love and appreciate to accept your love offering with love, which we most certainly do. And now let's go within and know that as we close this morning with love, that we move forward with love, knowing love in action is everything we are. Let us all affirm in first person. As I say the words, let them be your words. Let them be your words. I am greater good unfolding. I am greater good unfolding. The one life of God is everything at once. It is everything I am. It is everything everyone watching this video is. It is all of our dear, wonderful members over the past 45 years. At Tri-City Religious Science, we honor each and every one of you and celebrate your love and support. As a divine creation, the experience of love and greater good unfolding is natural. It's the natural activity. The natural activity I am. I now lift my consciousness and my conscious attention to a higher level of truth. I speak my word And know that even though the place I've been hibernating for over 80 days, as everyone has, is blessed. That we are moving out of this virus experience and coming out the other side. That we bless all the families who've lost family. I bless my daughter Leslie, who passed, and my dear Vina Latham, who passed, a member for 45 years in my center. I bless each and every person who I've had the opportunity to be touched by their lives and by their love. I release any idea of limitation or unhappiness. I find a new inspiration. I find myself celebrating our country, discovering new ways of being what it is without racism, without division, without limited thinking about anything or anyone. This larger insight transforms my life as I unfold into massive good, and with a grateful heart right now, I know all things are possible with God. So I speak my word of truth with confidence and freely release it to the great law of mind that knows what to do and how to do it and is doing it. Oh, I give thanks. And I let it be my way. And so it is, was, and shall be in the now of forever. And that's the way it is. So it is. Namaste. Thank you for sharing Sunday with me. I love you. Be safe.